One of the best tools out there to help your students prepare for the AP CSP exam is the AP Classroom that's provided by College Board. So what we've done is we have tailored our UTeach AP CSP curriculum so that you can use it directly with the AP Classroom and even filter the questions down to directly align them to our assignments. So let me show you how to use the UTeach curriculum along with the AP Classroom so that your students will get the best results possible on that AP exam. So you'll notice that for every single assignment that we have in our curriculum, we have a built-in page that helps you filter the AP Classroom question bank down in order to specifically get questions aligned to the particular assignment you're doing. So let's click on Robot Maze Algorithm and let's open it up. Now, you know that the first page of each assignment is our UTeach teacher lesson plan. But if you actually go to the last page in every single assignment, there's a page called Teacher Only Additional Information. Now, underneath the AP Classroom Alignment section, you will find the topic and skills that we want you to filter the AP Classroom question bank down so that you can get questions directly aligned to this assignment. So let me show you how this is going to work. Okay, you can see here that we want to filter down the AP Classroom by 1.2 program function and purpose and 3.3 mathematical expressions. And then we want to actually filter it further using the 3A and 2B designation. So let's go into our AP Classroom. Now, in the AP Classroom, on the left-hand side of the screen, you'll notice a button for Question Bank. And when you click on Question Bank, you then can click on All Questions. Now, the good news is that College Board has 500 questions for you to use to prepare your students for the exam. But the bad news is that College Board has 500 questions that you need to filter through and look through to find the questions that you want to use. That can be time consuming. So that's how UTeach is going to save you time by using that teacher only additional information page in the assignment to filter this down. So we're going to click on this one more time and we're going to say, okay, 1.2 and 3.3. So now under topics, we're going to check off 1.2 and 3.3. And then we're just going to click anywhere on the screen and you'll notice immediately that we went from 500 questions down to 34. Okay. Now, we can also click on question type and say, hey, I'm looking for multiple choice questions. So let's check this off so that we're only searching for multiple choice questions. And now we're all the way down to 25 questions. So just by using our teacher only additional information page, you can filter 500 questions down to 25. But let's keep going. Remember, we also told you that we have subset 3A and 2B that we want to check off as well. So I would go to computational thinking practices, and that is where I would start to check off my skills. All right, so 3A and 2B, let's start with 3A. Now when I check off 3A, 25 questions goes down to 7. So now at this point, I'm like, okay, I had 500 questions. Now I have 7. Let me just look through these 7 questions and see which one is kind of aligned to my assignment 2.3. So as I come over here, I can now hover over each question. And you can see that it's starting to show me questions that have to deal with the topic and skills and the computational thinking practices that this assignment is aligned to. So this is how you're going to use the UTeach assignments with the AP Classroom question bank, and you'll be able to start assigning your students AP level questions. I mean, starting in Unit 2, the sooner you start this, the better off you are. You want your students to see these questions so that when it's time for the exam, they're used to them. It's not going to overwhelm them when they see them. Okay? Now, there is one other thing about the AP Classroom question bank that I want to talk to you about. Okay, let me clear the filters real quick. If you notice under question type, there's 4 question types listed. Single answer, multi-select, and Roman numeral. Those are all multiple choice questions. But then we have what we call the performance task formative questions, PT formative. And if you check that off, you will notice that College Board has provided you with 22 questions. Now, these 22 questions are very important. Okay, these questions are designed to prepare your students for the written portion of the create performance tasks, right? Yes, we know they have to make up a program, but they also need to know how to make up a video. They need to know how to make screen captures of their code, and they need to answer some written prompts. That's what these 22 questions are going to do. It's going to help prepare them for those portions of the create performance task. With that in mind, College Board does not allow you to assign these 22 questions for grades for your students. So if you assign these questions to your students in the AP classroom, you cannot take whatever they get in AP classroom and put it in your gradebook. That's not allowed. Now, the good news is that the other 478 multiple choice questions can be used for a grade in your gradebook. So that's why I just want to put this little bit of a warning out there about these 22 questions. College Board doesn't want you putting them in your gradebook because they're designed to prepare your students and give them extra help for the create performance task. So that's how you're going to use the AP classroom along with the UTeach curriculum in order to give your students the best chance for success on that AP exam.